everybody doing tonight? I'm gonna give it 30 seconds or so. Hopefully some people are gonna pop on before we jump into this patriotic wreath that we are going to be making tonight. I'm also going to pull it up. So when you jump on, say hello to me so I can see who's out there hanging out with me tonight. And if you have any questions, I do have my phone handy, so hopefully if you want to comment and ask me anything. Also, Pretty is behind the camera, so if I miss a comment, she'll be there to help me out. For those of you who are watching this not live, maybe watching the replay, you could actually put in the comments hashtag replay, so we know that you were able to come back and watch this at a later time and hopefully put your wreath together. And then one other thing was we're not able to post pictures in the comments on the library's Facebook page, but we would really love for you guys to share your wreaths with us. So once you complete your wreaths, if you feel like posting them, then you can tag us in your post, and that would be really awesome because we would love to see how everybody's wreaths turn out. So, all right, so looks like we've got a few people on. Say hey, so I know who's hanging out with me, but I'm gonna go ahead and jump right in to this patriotic wreath. So I think most of you already know this is the wreath that we're going to be doing, the red, white, and blue. And it's using the deco mesh, and it's super easy to put together. So you can start with whatever color mesh you want to. I am going to start with, hey Ashley, you got in here at the last minute today. Hey Miss Laura, hey Jasmine, thank y'all for coming on and hanging out with me tonight. All right, so I'm gonna start with the red. So everybody should have their red, white, and blue mesh. Okay, each color has 40 pieces of mesh that we've already pre-cut for you. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna pull out 2 of the pieces. So you should have 2 pieces of mesh, okay? Now this part is a little tricky. Let me move this stuff out of the way. So I have 2 different kinds of mesh up here. So this mesh here, it wraps more like a cone, and this is the shape that we're wanting. But the mesh that I think most of us are using is kind of curved, so we're gonna have to make that cone ourselves. So you're just gonna wanna roll the mesh in a circle as best you can and hold it in place. And so I don't know if you can do it in the palm of your hand, if you need to do it on your tabletop, but once you get it rolled into a cone, it should look something like this, kind of like a little bow tie. So where it makes a little cone shape on both ends, where you pinch it in the middle. Okay, now this is the tricky part. Hey, Miss Debbie. Yeah, girl, you're good. I'm so glad you got in and got one today. So I think we only ended up with 1 extra, so yay. All right, so this is the tricky part because you got to try to hold this cone while you wrap this cone. So I just kind of hold it with my fingers, and then I'm going to roll the other one up. Okay, and there's my 2 cones. And then you're going to put them together and hold them so that they don't come unrolled. And then you're gonna take one of your pipe cleaners and you're gonna wrap it around right there in the middle. And you're just gonna twist it a few times. Okay? And now you have like a little flower looking thing. Okay? And so then you're gonna take this, and I like to use my index finger and my thumb, and I'm actually gonna pinch it together, like bring them both forward. If y'all can see how I'm doing that, you just kind of pinch them together and bring them forward so that you are holding it kind of like this. And so then that gives you a good way to grip your pipe cleaner so that you can then attach it to your wreath. So these wreaths are 14 inches, and so it has 6 sections on it. And so obviously you're gonna have 2 sections of each color is the way we're gonna do it. So it doesn't really matter where you start, but I like to start on the inside, and then you're just gonna put it down and then wrap it around, and then wrap it around again. Until you have it attached to your wreath. Okay, and then again you can pinch it up so it poofs up in the front. Okay, and to get the amount of fullness that I have on this wreath, you're gonna use, so like I said, there's 40 sheets of deco mesh for each color. Okay, it takes 2 sheets to make one little bow. And each section has 10 of these bows. So there's 10 here and 10 here, 10 here and 10 here. And you know, you get it. Okay, and so the way I put it on is I'm gonna do 2 on the bottom wire, and then I'm gonna do 3 on the second one. I'm gonna go back to 2 on the third one, and then 3 on the outside. So it's 2, 3, 2, 3. And once you get all 10 of them on there, then you'll be able to play around with it and get your fullness. So let's go ahead and put on our second one. So we're gonna get 2 more sheets of the red. Are we froze up? I think we're good, Miss Martha. You may want to go out of the video and come back in and see if that helps. All right, so working on my second bow, so I'm rolling to create the cone, and then I'm rolling to create my second cone. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all need, thank you, Ashley. Y'all let me know if you need me, you know, to explain another way. And I will see what I can do. Okay, so I've got my 2 cones rolled up, and I'm gonna tie them together with my pipe cleaner. And then I'm going to attach my second one on the inside ring. So again, I'm gonna pinch them together, and it just gives me an easier way to wrap. I can see what I'm actually doing when the mesh isn't in the way. So I just wrap it around a few times, and you wanna make sure you get it good and tight, because if not, like this first one I did, it's, oh, and I did it on the wrong side, but that's okay. If you don't do it tight enough, it'll end up sagging, so it'll fold down like that, and you don't want it to do that. You want them to stay up on top. That's what's gonna help give you the fullness that you need so that you don't see the wire when you're all done. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. I actually went ahead and made some. Can you re-show? Sure, I sure can, Miss Carla. Okay, so you've got your sheets of deco mesh, and there's 40 sheets of each color, and so you need 2 sheets for each little flower. And so to make the cone, you're gonna take one of the sheets and you're just gonna, as best as you can, you're gonna try to roll it. Just roll it as much as you can to get it to roll into a cone. I do realize that some of the pieces may be a little bit small, but just do the best you can. And if your pieces are too short, if you could, I mean, even if you just fold one side into the middle and then fold the other side into the middle, I mean, even that would work. And so once you get your 2 cones rolled up, then you put them together and you tie them together with your pipe cleaner, sorry. And then you attach it to your wreath. Okay, so I did 2 on the inside, and so now I'm gonna move up and do 3 on the next one. And so, Carla, I don't know if you missed that also, but to get the fullness that I did on this wreath, it's 10 little flowers in one batch, and it's 2, 3, 2, 3 on the 4 wires. And that seems to give it a good fullness once you get them all on there so that you don't have any bare spots or anything. All right, so there's my 3rd one. All right, so I am going to go ahead and, you know what? There is one more way I can show y'all if this way is a little hard for y'all, and I know this is something new, so it's gonna take a few to get in your groove, okay, but this is one other way that you can do it. Everything is basically the same except you put your pipe cleaner on the wreath first. So you're gonna wanna, we'll just do it over here where there's, okay, so you're gonna wanna put your pipe cleaner around the wire, okay, and you're gonna wanna go ahead and twist it to hold it in place. So give it a couple twists, okay, and then you're gonna wanna separate the ends, okay, and I'm actually coming to the back, so this is actually gonna be blue, because if it goes in order, it would be red, white, blue, red, white, blue. So I do have a blue one. Oh, and it's, oh wait, I can use these. All right, so I'm gonna switch up colors real quick so you can see. So the cone is the same way. So you just twist or roll your mesh into your little cone, and then you roll the other piece. Okay, so you get your 2 little cones, and then where you have your pipe cleaner already on your wreath, so then you would just lay it down, and you would just bring the pipe cleaners, and you would twist them together. but then you would have to bring the tail down and under so that it's not sticking up. But that is another way that you can attach it to your wreath. So it may, you know, try both ways and see which way you like the best. I think it's easier to go ahead and, let me move some of this out of the way. Like here, I already have a bunch of them already pre-done. So I just went ahead and rolled and tied them with the pipe cleaners. So then now all I have to do is just go and attach them to the wreath. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna finish my red so y'all can see what it's gonna look like. So I had the 2 on the inside, and now I'm gonna do 3 on the row above it. You are very welcome, Carla, and thank you for hanging out with me tonight. All right, so there's my second one on the second row. All right, so there's the third one on the second row. So we're halfway done with this first red patch because there's going to be 10. Okay, so you can already see how full it's already looking, and that's only half of what we're going to have for this first patch. So and yes, your deco mesh will shed. That's okay. It will get a little messy. I just like to periodically kind of sweep it all to the side just to clear out my workspace. Okay, now I'm going to go to the third wire, and I'm going to go back to 2 on this one. How's everybody doing? Everybody getting it going pretty well? I'm going to finish putting on the red, and then some of you may not know this, but everybody who came by and picked up a wreath had their name entered into some drawings. And so I have a few prizes, and so once I finish this red section, I am going to give away a couple prizes. And so just next time you're in the neighborhood, just swing by and you will be able to pick up your prize. All right, where am I at? Okay, so I still need one more on the third. And now I'm on the last, on the outer ring, and this one's gonna get 3 on this one. So if you're starting from the inside, you're gonna go 2, 3, 2, 3. And then if you like to start on the outside and work your way in, it's 3, 2, 3, 2. And so it's just a good way to alternate. And then, and you'll see, Like while I'm attaching them, I like to kind of keep them all pushed to the side so that they're not in the way. But once you get them all on there, then you can adjust. I feel like I'm yelling. Y'all can't hear me very well? And I should have put on a microphone. All right, so last one for my first red patch. I tied these on the wrong side of the bar. Undo this real quick. And you'll be able to see, hang on, let me fix these real quick, ladies. Y'all just keep on working, keep on wrapping. Like I said, it takes a few, you'll get in a groove. And these are so easy, y'all, that once y'all learn how to do this, you'll be able to make a wreath for every holiday. And they're so cute. You just go, pick you up whatever colors of mesh you want. Why it was being so hard. I was doing it the wrong way. Okay, so I've got my 10 red on. So 3 on the outside, then 2, then 3 more, then 2 on the very inside. So now what you want to do is you want to flip it around so you can see the back side, and you're going to want to push like this one right here. It's twisted around, so you're just going to want to make sure to roll it so that it's all coming in the front. And I also like to space them out. So I like to do, since I have 3 on the outside, I'll do the 2 outside ones close to the little bars, and then the one kind of right in the middle. And then I like to stagger them. So then I'm going to move that one and that one in between. And then again, these will be on the outside, middle, outside, and then these are staggered as well. And then again, I'm gonna roll everything to the front, and this is literally how I do it. I just take both my hands and I just grab it all and I just mash it up and forward, okay? That brings it all up to the front, gets it, and then you can take it and you can play around with it. Okay, you can open up your cones a little bit more, separate them a little bit more. It's going to give more volume to your wreath. Okay. That one's twisted a little bit. Let's see if I can get this one twisted the right way. So there is my first section of red. So I think it looks pretty good. Anybody else out there watching? You have all your reds on? How do you think it looks so far? Let me know in the comments. Are you liking this? Like I said, it gets a little messy. So just gonna sweep all that to the side. And then actually when I get done with the whole wreath, I'll actually go back with a pair of scissors and just kind of snip little pieces that are kind of hanging here and there. You can just snip them off, you know, clean it up a little bit. But that's how it goes. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this down for a second. Y'all keep on working, and we're gonna do a couple drawings. So everybody who picked up a wreath has a ticket in this little basket, and we are going to draw. I'm just gonna set it down, and I'm gonna look up here, and let's see. I think we'll give away, we'll do this one first. So it's a cute little, just a lawn decoration, just a little sign that says welcome and has the little sunflower looking flower on there. All right, so this goes to, yeah, it takes some playing around with, Ashley. Play around with them and it should fill out for you. All right, so this one is for Tammy Avenger. So Tammy, are you on watching this live? We have your phone number, so if you're not live, we'll give you a call, but you just won yourself this cute little yard sign. So, yay for Tammy. All right, so we can go ahead and I've already got my whites already pre-made as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting the white mesh on. Okay, and so if you hold this up, I'm gonna take this blue one off. That was just me showing y'all a different way to attach it. See, I did it a different way, so I like don't remember how to untwist. All right, there we go. Maybe. There we go. Okay. All right. So I've got my reds, and it is a little hard right now. It won't look as full because there's only one color on here. But once you fill it all the way around, they're gonna It will get fuller, Ashley, I promise. Trust the process. All right, so white is gonna be next. And I guess I should have said this at the beginning of the video. This is the way I am doing this one because they're all equal parts. But if you ladies Google patriotic wreath with deco mesh, there are hundreds of different designs that you can go with. So if you're not, you know, a super big fan of the block color, you are more than welcome to do really whatever your imagination desires. So just keep in mind that your colors are all equal. So, but you can get deco mesh. Most of the mesh we ordered, we got from Amazon, but these little packs here are from the Dollar Tree, which I can tell you ahead of time, there is no Dollar Tree in a 50-mile radius of the library that has red, white, and blue mesh in stock because we checked. So your best bet would be to either check Walmart, Michael's, or Amazon. So if you decide you want to do a different design, or if you, Ashley, if yours gets put together and you're just not loving it, you feel like you need to add a little bit more, you know, that's, you know, totally up to you. So anyways, all right, so here's my red, and then my white is gonna go next. So I'm just gonna move, and I actually like to just scooch these over out of the way. Like I said, when I get done, I'll rearrange everything back, make it all nice and pretty. But for now, my biggest thing is how to get these on as fast as possible. So, like I said, I like to pinch it, and then wrap, and wrap, and wrap. Okay, and again, I'm doing 2 on the inside. So while we're just wrapping our mesh, I'll go ahead and tell y'all that next month we are doing our annual painting program, and this will be, I think, the fourth year that we've had it. But this year we're gonna change it up a little bit. Let me show y'all this real quick. This is super cool. So this is the painting that we're gonna be doing. You got it, Miss Pretty, with the pretty birds? But this is the cool part, y'all. These are the canvases. So normally we use the rectangle 11 by 14, but we're switching it up this year. This is a 10 by 20, and so these are the paintings that we're gonna be doing on this canvas. That program is going to be July 14th, and it is going to be both Facebook Live, like this one. I'll be live painting, so you ladies can come in and get your kits like you did with these, and then just log on and paint with me. But we're also going to have a very limited seating for those who want to actually come in and paint with us here in the library. We are still going to have to maintain social distancing, and that's why I say there's going to be very limited seating. So we'll talk more about that when it gets closer. I just wanted to let y'all know that's what we've got coming up in July. And I am in love with this painting. I'm so excited about painting a new size canvas. I think it's going to be super fun. It will work the same way. A week before the program, we will have the kits together. So we will supply everything that you'll need. You'll get your canvas. You'll get all the different colors of paint that we're going to use. You'll get paint brushes. You'll get everything you need. So you'll just come by, pick it up, and then log in the night of the program, and I will be here painting, and you'll just be able to follow along and paint with me. So, super fun. Who's excited about that? Can I get some hearts or some thumbs up in the comments if you're excited about our painting program coming up? Tori, or Miss, is it Terry, sorry, Terry. Have you tried going out of the video and coming back in? Because the others are saying that they can hear it okay, so I don't really know what's going on. Thank you, Miss Laura. I know, I'm super excited about that painting. It's going to be very simple though, just the backgrounds, you know, and the stems. The birds are just going to be out, just a silhouette of the birds, so there's not going to be major detail going on. So I'm just excited, you know, the size, just something different, just mixing it up a little bit, you know. So I'm excited about that. How you ladies doing? Are any of you into the white yet? Or all of you into the white yet? Everybody got a good handle on it? We get done with this white, we'll do another drawing. Yay! Reba's excited. Laura's exciting. Thank you, Jasmine. I'm glad y'all are liking this, excited about next month. That's what we need to hear. You know, we've all been through a really stressful time with this COVID. I think everybody's just ready to get back to a little bit of normalcy. I know we are too. We miss our patrons, we miss the interactions. All right, let's see, what do we got going on? Laura's almost to the whites. Yeah, Terry, I don't know. I guess if she can't hear though, she can't hear me. She said she can't hear any of it.
She's on the top of her phone.
Oh. Terry, I don't know if you can hear me, but if you're on your tablet or your phone, Pretty says make sure it's not on vibrate. Yeah, you gotta turn up if you're on your phone or the tablet, you gotta make sure that the volume's turned all the way up. So, I don't know if that helps. Yeah, Ashley, I said that, but if she can't hear me, then, but thank you for putting that in words. Maybe she can see that, so thank you. All right, so I'm on my third row of white. So this is 2 on this one. I can't tell what she's doing because it's too far away. Won't do streaming class again. Sorry, Miss Terry. One more. So I'm on the outside wire of the white. So putting the last 3 on. I don't think that's gonna make a difference. Everybody else was okay. Whoops. Did Mary suggest that? All right, last white, ladies. We'll be able to see how it's coming. So again, I'm gonna bring them all forward. Make sure they're okay. Then I'm gonna squish them together a little bit just to make sure they're all standing up on the front. And then I can move my red back over. Let's see if I can do this. I mean, you could come closer. All right, so there's my red and whites. See how much fuller it's starting to look? Just each time you add another color, it just I don't know. It just does. All right, now the blues, I don't actually have those pre-made, so, but I think we'll do another drawing before we get into the blues. All right, so I'll grab my basket. And this time we're gonna draw for, it's a set of kitchen towels. Life is Sweet, and then the matching summer fruits. So who, Miss Terry Strickland, you just won a prize. I don't know if you can hear that, but you just won 2 dish towels. If someone wants to type that Miss Terry won these so she knows, but we'll also give her a call to let her know she can come by and pick these up. Okay. I'm sorry, Miss Terry. This is the first time that we've done this, so it's kind of new for all of us. I do apologize. Hopefully you'll be able to go back and maybe watch the replay and it will work for you. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Miss Martha, for letting Terry know. I'm really sorry that it wouldn't work out for her. Everybody else can hear me okay? Can you guys give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay? All right, so moving on to the blue. So I already had the one done. Thank you, ladies. Thank y'all. So twisting, pinching, wrapping. Thank you, Miss Debbie. And Mr. Dan. All right, just gonna keep rolling these blues. 2 on the inside, 3. I would think so, Miss Martha. I would think that the adhesive would stick to the mesh. I'm trying to think of what else you could use though. Hot glue would not be a good idea because it would just go right through the mesh. I mean, I guess you could, if the adhesive stickers don't stick to the mesh, you could always take the sticker and you could take, cut out like a little piece of paper or a piece of cardstock, small enough so that you could stick it to the adhesive like through the mesh, and then use like some regular glue or even hot glue. But you would definitely need, so it would be like your sticker with the adhesive or hot glue, stick it to the mesh, but then you would need to stick another little piece of paper or cardstock on the other side of the mesh. If the adhesive won't hold by itself, that would be another way to get them to stick. Does that make sense? I know that's a little wonky explanation. That's the best I could go. But I have seen, when I was looking up images of different wreaths to do, there was one of them where it was red, white, red, white, red, white, and then it had a patch of blue, and the blue had little white stars that they had stuck to it. So there's got to be a way to do it. So I would think, because this mesh is a little bit thick, so I would think as long as you stuck it to a really good flat part of the cone, I think it would work. But you could always follow it up with, you know, some extra if you needed it to. So, oh, good. So, yes. Also, Ashley, I was also thinking about yours. If you're, once you get it put together, if you feel like it's just not full enough, it's a little too bare, you could always, next time you're, you know, in the dollar store, the Dollar Tree, or anything like that, you could add, you see a little sign. This one obviously is too big, but you could always add a sign to the front of the wreath that would help, it would help to cover up some of the bareness on your wreath. So that's just another idea, just to add a little something extra if you wanted to. Add a little sign to the front of it, add the stars to it. So there is that. So I'm just gonna keep rolling. You are very welcome, Ashley. So, and like I said at the beginning of the video, if anybody missed it, you won't be able to add a picture into the comment on the library's Facebook page, but we would love for y'all to post pictures of your finished wreaths. If you don't mind sharing them with us. Once you get all done with yours and take a picture of it, if you feel like posting it to Facebook, and then you can tag any of us in it. We'd love to see how everybody's came out. I can also show y'all another way to do these wreaths. For future reference, if you just fall in love with this deco mesh wreath, which I love all wreaths. I could do a wreath every month probably and be super happy with that. I'm a wreath girl, I guess. I like to do the wreaths. But if you look on, if you're looking up deco mesh wreaths, you may see where more of them are more like this. And so all you would do is just cut your mesh longer. So these pieces that we're all using tonight range from 3 to 5 inches. So you can tell this one is probably more about 3 inches wide, where this one, let's see, I had a big blue one, where this one's probably closer to 4. So you can see the difference in size, and that is going to, affect how much you're able to roll to create your tube. But to get, a perfect roll, you'll just want to cut, I think this is, I'm going to say 7 inches, and then it just rolls right up just on its own. And so that would be another way. If you look up deco mesh wreaths, this is another way that you can do it. And then you would just, instead of doing it in the middle, which would cause it to do what we're doing tonight, you would actually just want to attach it at the bottom, and so you would still get that perfect cone shape. So doing this way, you use a lot more mesh, just FYI. But they do look super cool. It reminds me of Shirley Temple with her little ringlet hair. When I see the wreaths with those type of mesh rolls, that's what I think of. So anyways, so I'm just gonna keep on working on the blue. I think I'm gonna get through with the blue, ladies, and if you feel like you are good to finish on your own, because it's just repeating the same thing over and over and over. I will do a couple more drawings, and then I will let you ladies go for the night. So, but we're gonna finish off the blue first. So if you have any other questions or comments, go ahead and let them come, and I would be happy to. All right, so I got 2, okay, so 3. So I think I got sidetracked when I was telling you guys, when you finish your wreaths, if you want to post pictures, you can tag us in your pictures, and then we will be able to share your pictures on the library's Facebook page. So, yay. because I would love to see how they turn out. Especially if any of you went off and decided to just do something totally different. I would love to see what you came up with. So. But I mean, these kind of wreaths, I mean, you can make them all year long, you know, red, white, green for Christmas. You know, you could even do purple and gold and make a wreath, you know, to hang on your door for, you know, football season. Or you could use the red and white, maybe add some pink to it for Valentine's Day. I mean, yeah. And these little rolls, you know, they're only $1 at the Dollar Tree. So they're 6 inches, which means it is 6 inches from the top to the bottom, so it's 6 inches wide, and then it is 5 yards. And to make one of these wreaths, you need, I think you need all three. You're gonna use all 3 of those, all of them. So it's about 15 yards of deco mesh is what you would need. So, but if you know, for $3, and then the wire wreath is $3, I mean, you've made a super cute, really, a really cute craft, and, you know, for less than $5. So, these wreaths, you could probably tell they are like a really dark green color, but I spray painted them white, so that so it would blend in better with the mesh. You know, and you could even go so far as to get color coordinated pipe cleaners. I don't know why I keep forgetting that word, pipe cleaners. So instead of using all white, you could use red with the red and blue with the blue, and then it would blend in even better. So, you know, you can, there's just so many possibilities, ladies, so many. All right, so I've got 5 more blues that I've got to put on for y'all. So for mamas out there watching that have little ones at home, don't forget Thursday is our first children's program for the summer. We are going to be doing a play, which has become it's kind of our thing. We like to start off the season with a skit. All of the staff will be involved in it, playing different characters. It will be Facebook Live at 10 a.m. on Thursday. And after we're done with the skit, Miss Renee will come on and she will put together her craft that she has for the kids. So like I'm doing now with y'all, Miss Renee's gonna do it with the kids. So if you have not come by and picked up your packet for your kiddos for Thursday, come on down and get that. We're still signing up reading logs. Our summer reading program kicked off last week, 1st of June. So every day that your kid reads for a half hour, they mark it off on their calendar. Every day is 1 hour. Every day is 1 point, and the more days they read, the more points they get, and then they get to come in and pick out really cool prizes. And because we are social distancing and doing online programs, we're still gonna do drawings, like I'm doing drawings tonight. So when you come in to pick up your kid's packet, they will get their name entered into a drawing, and Miss Renee and Miss Mary will do the drawings Thursday for those kids to come back and collect their prizes. And then when they come get their reading logs, they get entered for the end of summer to win the big prizes that we have out in the foyer in our big display case. So lots of stuff going on for the kids. And then for our teens, next Tuesday, our teen program is going to be just like this one. It'll be next Tuesday at 6 for teens and tweens, 11 years old and up. We're going to be making a birdhouse, kind of a trash to treasure birdhouse, because we're using all kinds of scraps of this and that. But when it gets done, it turns out to be a really cute birdhouse. It is not a real birdhouse that you put out in your yard with bird seed in it, though. It's just for decoration. But that is what we're going to be doing for the teens. We have those kits available now for y'all to come pick up. And then, like I said, next month for the painting program, we're actually going to, the adults, I showed y'all the bird painting. The teens are gonna also have a painting program. They're gonna be painting a dragon that's breathing out fire. It's really cool. And then the kids program will also, they will also have a painting program. And the same thing will apply. You will be able to come by and pick up your kits, but you will also, there will also be limited seating for kids and teens to come in and paint here in the library with me. So, but all that's not until July, so we'll definitely keep y'all posted the closer it gets. All right, so I've got 3 more blues. We'll do another drawing, and Miss Ashley, you are the second adult who has requested the birdhouses. So I will definitely keep that in mind, and it's almost a guarantee that we will definitely end up doing it with the adults. So hopefully by the time that rolls around, we will be able to do those in the library. So, but like I was saying, I've got 2 more blues to go now. I'm gonna do a couple drawings, and if y'all don't have any other questions, we'll go ahead, I will go ahead and call it a night. You know, I know this takes a little while, so I'm sure y'all are gonna be working on this at home for a little while. But like I said, it's pretty repetitious, so, but don't forget to share your pics with us. Love to see how everybody's turns out. glues on for this patch. Okay, so now I can go ahead and go back and adjust them all, play around with it. Let's see if I got that right. So that's what we got so far, okay? And then you'll just repeat red, white, blue. Fill it all in, okay? And then, you know, Miss Martha, add your stars. You know, Ashley, add a sign. There are infinite possibilities of how you can finish it up. So also, like I said, once you're done, you can go back and any of these strings that are just hanging out there and you really don't like the way they look, you can just take you a pair of scissors and just clean it up a little bit. But yep. So once it's all done, that's what it'll look like, ladies and Mr. Dan. All right, so a couple more drawings, and then we will say goodnight. All right, let's see what we got. All right, I've got 3 more prizes. So I've got this little garden stone, says bless our home. Okay, and that is going to go to Adelaide Saunders. Adelaide Saunders. We'll give her a call and let her know. I don't think she's on. And then we have another little welcome sign with the butterfly. And that is going to go to Mary Lou McLeod. Mary Lou McLeod, you won yourself a cute little sign for your yard. And then our last prize is our decoration hanging here. This is actually for one of y'all. Ooh, and you know what? How would that look? Hanging, it might be a little bit too big, but you might could even take it apart and put one of them on your wreath, or put 2 of them, or I mean, you could put all of them on there. So, or you could keep it the way it is and hang it up. So it'd be all nice and festive for the 4th of July coming up in a few weeks. All right, so our winner for the sign is Ashley Caton. Yay, Ashley! I know you're here. So congrats, girl. You won yourself a sign. So to go with your wreath. So yay, congrats. All right, ladies. Nobody else has any more questions for me. Thank you all so much for coming and picking up your packets. Trying something new with us, this whole Facebook Live. You know, I thought it worked out pretty well, you know. Sorry for Miss Terry. Hopefully she's able to watch the replay. You are very welcome, Ashley. Thank you for hanging out with me and for helping me out with the comments. But don't forget to post your pics of your wreaths. We'd love to see what you came up with. Thank you again for hanging out with me. I look forward to seeing you all soon. Good night.